Banter with Banker, oh yeah, that's banter with Banker. Give me banter with Banker. Give me banter with Banker.
Hello, and welcome back to the fifth and final installment of this five-part series on music, Bangers with Banker. And we are joined again with Cody Cox and Jack Calcott.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Now, this episode, for our last episode, is going to be a little bit different. Instead of more of like a structured question and answer, we're going to be listing both yours top 5 albums of 2022. 2022. And you're going to describe why you like them, and then you guys are going to talk about it, and we're going to alternate we'll start with Cody's number 5, and then we'll go to Jack, back to Cody, and so on and so forth, and we will discuss in between. You both can give your opinions, and it'll just be a little fun discussion. So, let's get right into it. Cody, what is your number 5?
All right, so my number 5 is Dawn FM by The Weeknd. So this album, I listened to it more recently, and it kind of just really clicked with me immediately. I like the production of it, how he makes it sound like it's just playing on a radio. I like how the radio host sounds. I don't like the music is good, but I think just the atmosphere of the album, like Gasoline, dude, that is one of my favorite songs. If I am, I just like how he sounds, and leading into that, it kind of like there's like a 3-minute stretch on one of the songs where he just like the radio host announces stuff, and he's just like, "Welcome back to Dawn FM, where you're gonna stay here for your whole life," something along those lines, and it really just kind of like is a completely different album.
Yeah,
So-
I wonder who that radio host is. You know, who might it be?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You want to take a guess?
Charles Berkeley,
You're never gonna get it, probably.
Tom York.
It's Jim Carrey.
What?
It's Jim Carrey.
That is not Jim Carrey.
It is Jim Carrey. Look it up right now, dude. It's Jim Carrey.
That is not Jim Carrey.
Check on your phone. So I
No,
keep
no, no,
talking
no,
while
no.
this guy gets verified.
So I have some questions for Cody. So
Yes.
So like when you say it's radio style, do you mean like every song is just like the start of a radio and that song plays and the next song is like another like radio intro, or like what do you mean by radio?
So, like, you know how, like, after a song plays on the radio, an announcer will be like,
Yeah.
hey, all right, guys, you're listening to 101.5 kg, something like that. It's kind of like that. Like, after each song plays, that announcer will come on and say something.
Will he name the song and be like, this is blah blah blah?
No. Normally, he'll just, like, talk on about something or add to the atmosphere of the album. And it'll, like, at the end of one of the songs, he kind of just talks about how it's like a dream and they're going to stay there and, like, how it's not going to let you go. So some of them are, like, a little creepy and scary, but I just like it anyway.
Is there like a story to this album? Does it like
I feel like it tells a story. I feel like it's kind of going through The Weeknd and, like, the struggle with the love life. And then, like, it just goes to this radio host where he talks about different things and, like, how you're dreaming. And I think it's supposed to represent, to me personally, I feel like it's supposed to represent falling in and out of sleep and, like, battling your own, like, emotions and trying to just, like, make it through.
that's a very unique way to have an album.
That's why it's number 5. It was good. I don't really listen to The Weeknd a lot, but that one, Jack told me to listen to it, and boy, oh boy, did I like it.
Yes, sir.
And when
As
that
is with half the things on his list.
Yep.
Right.
Let's keep in check that Jack is the greatest plug of all time
Best music
in
plug
terms of
around.
music. And also
So
crack.
what month what is the beginning of 2022, or when did it come out?
This was near the middle, wasn't it?
January.
So
So not the middle.
So not the middle, the very beginning.
You could say it was at the dawn of the month.
the Dawn FM of the month.
True.
Wow, that is huge.
That is-
that is huge. Is that the only weekend music you listen to?
I listened to their earlier music, especially around like the 2016 era,
But you wouldn't put those above.
but no, I don't think so. I really enjoyed this music. A lot of the songs just paired well together. Gasoline, I know I've said that one a lot, but I think that one was probably my favorite song on the album. And it just, the flow, I like the way he speaks in it. It's almost like he's like in a haze, the way he's like rapping and kind of almost singing. And I think that also plays into the feel of like a slipping in and out of sleep and trying to like move on, and you can't really tell if you're dreaming or not.
So what like category of music would that fall under?
I think that would fall under alternate rap.
Alternate rap?
Pop? A lot of pop on there, right?
There is a lot of pop.
It's a pop
I
R&B
definitely think that would be a pop.
alternative. Yeah.
Is Weeknd known for being pop?
The Weeknd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so. Like
So-
they rap. I would classify them as like a rap group, even though it's one, whatever. it's
Yeah,
one
just
guy.
him.
But
It's just Abdul. That's his name, right? Abdul Sissy?
I think so.
Kissy? How do you say his name? Cisse.
I don't know
right?
how to say his last name.
I'll say Sissy.
What a weird name.
But but
Why is that weird?
'Cause he's a sissy.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
Sai. But his music is normally, he has flow, but there's also a lot of more like melody to it. Like it's not just like, it's not like pure rap. Like the lyrics will rhyme and rap, but his song has a lot of like a singing aspect to it.
Melodic
It's
rap.
more melodic, yeah.
Melodic. Anything else you want to say about Dawn FM by The Weeknd? Any other thoughts?
We're turning it over to me if you don't.
Yeah, Jack is next.
Albums go to
no,
Jack.
I'm gonna talk about Dawn FM actually.
Oh, you're gonna talk. Oh, okay.
Dawn
Go
FM
for it.
has a lot of things. I like Jim Carrey being the radio host. I like all the interludes. The
Did you
sound, as
know
Cody
immediately
said.
that it was Jim Carrey?
I didn't. I did not recognize it as Jim Carrey because he uses this really smooth, nice voice, and usually Jim Carrey when he's
Yeah.
talking, he's like, "La, la, la,"
It
you know,
did
he's
not sound
doing
like Jim
some-
Carrey at all.
But you know, Cody, you say you like the production, huh?
Yes.
I wonder who might have produced this one.
Don't you?
Oh,
No way.
Could it be electronic artist One O Tricks Point Never, who made one of my favorite electronic albums of 2021, Magic Point Never, Magic Ono Tricks? Yes, I said it wrong. It's
Right.
hard, dude. His name sucks, but he did produce this, and that's why I like it a lot. I think it's I think it might actually be his best album. I like House of Balloons and After Hours, but I think Dawn FM is actually my favorite. It's really enjoyable.
Are you a big Weeknd fan?
Not really, but I do like that album a lot. I don't hate. I like the After Hours and House of Balloons and Trilogy. And House of Balloons is part of that. But yeah, actually, I am a fan of him. I don't know why I said I'm not. I do
I
like
think
a lot of his albums.
I like
He's really good.
the Lil Wayne feature on the album, dude.
Weezy the Goat,
He was in the Super Bowl.
Lil Wayne,
No.
The Weeknd.
Weeknd.
The Weeknd,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was.
That's all I know him from.
Of course.
Have you heard the?
You've
I
never
can't
heard-
feel my
Well, I've
face
heard
when
his
I'm
songs,
with
but
you.
I just don't really.
You've heard Blinding Lights.
Yeah, I probably.
Ooh.
That's when he played the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, he played a
yes.
bunch of songs. I forgot about that, dude. That was during COVID year, and he like took that thing into that light maze and just went, like brought it closer to his face and just jump
like,
scared us or
yeah,
whatever.
That was
That was a great
interesting
performance. That
time.
was disorienting, though. A lot of old people didn't like it because they were about to fall over. It made him dizzy. Made me dizzy,
I don't
dude.
blame them. That was intense.
It's tense.
Intense. Any other thoughts about Dawn FM by The Weeknd for either of you?
No, I think I'm good.
I think we can move on.
All right, Jack. Let's move on to your number 5 spot.
Uh-oh. Drain Gang, Blade, and Echo 2K's Crest is my 5th pick. Now, Jack, why might you like Crest by Blade, Echo 2K? Gee, I wonder who this one might have been produced by, huh? Oh, could it be incredible, legendary, trap, dream rap producer, White Armor himself? It might be, along with Echo 2K's angelic vocals and Blade's terrible, awful cigarette smoker, loser terrible voice that adds nothing to any song.
Okay, so I've never heard of Blade and Echo in my
Both
entire
of
life.
Okay. Do you know what Drain Gang is? Do you
No,
hear me
I-
and Clinton making jokes about Drain
I
Gang
do-
ever?
I mean, I've heard it, but I have no idea what that means.
Have you ever heard of Young Lean?
No.
Have you heard the "Bitches come and go, brah, but you know I stay"? That song?
Yeah.
Okay. He is friends with these two, along with Thai Boy Digital and some other people. He's not in Drain Gang, but Drain Gang is a collective of people who make music like this.
Oh, so it's like an actual like group of people.
Yes, Drain Gang is a Thai Boy Digital, Blade, Echo 2K. I'm missing one of them, but oh, no, come on, dude.
Black
I'm
Midi.
failing. Yeah, Jordy Greep is is the 4th one. No, yeah, but they all make light, angelic, beautiful music like this. They're all pretty much just, yeah, it's
The flag is raised.
very much gay people music, and as I am
Oh.
gay people, it feels fitting, you know. It's very light and airy and catchy and good, and it's nonstop at banger after banger, and I've loved both these two for so long, so when they actually made an album together instead of just a song together, pretty fire.
I will say, the kindergarten barn drawing of an album cover, absolutely fire.
It goes crazy.
So what genre of music is Crest by Blade and Echo?
I don't know how to
So
describe
those
I-
names seem very.
It's rap, it's trap, but it's like there's a word for it. And it's not hyper pop. It's like dream. No, dude, I don't know. It's just let's just say rap. For all intents
Rap.
and purposes, it counts as rap.
So just
I don't know
heavy
what
rap
subgenre.
elements for sure.
Yeah, it's rap, but it's melodic rap, like Cody's is.
Okay.
It's a very light and airy feel to it too.
Pop,
It's like
some pop.
it has like a hyper like pop beat, but it's not like the normal hyper pop like flow from like
The vocals and auto-tune and the way, because they set a lot of hyperpop artists or people who like don't care will set their auto-tune to like the chromatic scale, which means every possible. Am I boring you? Really got a yawn right in the middle of my thing? Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
You're boring.
The chromatic scale means that it's every single note on the entire scale. Like it hits all of them except for like microtonal stuff, which you also care deeply about, as I can
Right.
see. But it's so they can hit any notes. So like it makes it more of like a draggy, uncaring type, laid back, just like borderline mumbling on some of Blade's things. Meanwhile, Echo has the voice of God himself and makes beautiful, angelic, high pitched. I mean, he sings at a higher register than most men can.
Do you prefer Echo over Blade?
Dude, that's like choosing a favorite son, man.
Oh,
That's like
yeah.
choosing water or food. I just don't think I can. I think, okay. So
Right.
you want me to?
I
All
do-
right.
I
So
do want you to.
Blade has a stronger overall discography, while Echo's peak exceeds Blade's peak. So at his peak, Echo goes over Blade. However, Blade is consistent as freak and has a lot of bangers. I mean, you've probably heard in Roblox that,
I'm sure I probably
yeah,
have.
dude, it was kind of it's a song. People listen to that song. People like listening to music sometimes. So just like
And you mentioned somebody who like produced this song. Who was that?
White
again?
Armor, he just does production for these guys. He just has like a really signature style, and he makes his own music. And he doesn't really rap or anything or make noise with his voice. He just like makes good
Computer
instrumentals.
stuff. He makes
Yeah,
noises with a
computer,
computer.
digital, like bleep bloop. Smart kid stuff.
So Cody, do you have any inputs on these two fine individuals, Blade and Echo?
I do in fact have an input on Blade and Echo. The first time I listened to Echo 2K was in my room at like 11:30 at night before I was going to sleep, and I was sitting there. I was like, I think Jack likes this guy, and I just so happened to put on a song. Don't even remember what it was. I passed out, and I wake up, and I just like it was like one of those naps where you like, where am I? I woke up looking around my room frantically, while still my earbuds had somehow stayed in, while I still just got serenaded by the. I was just like, what is going on? I thought I was being taken to heaven. I thought I died.
Do you
I
have some
was-
wild
living-
dreams?
I was so scared.
He had
But
some nice, effeminate male dreams.
I do like this album quite a bit. The first song on it is like an amazing opener.
Yeah,
They raised the flag.
that's pretty much their claim to fame for even both of them. This song in particular got kind of popular. It has like 3 million views on YouTube.
That
so
one
that's-
is, I really, really like that song. And then the rest of the album is still just fire. It all flows so perfectly together.
Thanks, Cody.
Just actually.
And you just heard it today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome. You've been listening. Cody, to preface, how good of a boy Cody is, everybody. He has been listening to all of these all day for me in my honor
How
to be accurately prepared. Meanwhile, I've just heard all these, except for I will not be able to say anything about Cody's number 1 pick, unfortunately. I have zero
That is
experience. I feel like
upsetting.
Cody's going to be able to take that, you
That is
know?
upsetting.
So, yeah.
That is upsetting, Jack. He went through all the trouble to listen to all your music. He can't even listen to one.
Well, the
I try
problem
not to
is
listen to music
we
during
both
school.
love whoever his number 1 pick is. And I think you guys could guess what his number 1 pick is.
You will never, ever guess in a million years.
He's come up multiple times on multiple episodes, but yes, we'll get to him eventually. So, Crest by Blade and Echo. You mentioned, was this their first album together?
Dude, okay, so as Drain Gang, they've had certain projects where they'll like collab together on different songs, but I don't know if
Like
they've
just
ever.
a Blade and Echo, just two.
I don't know
duo?
if they've ever done just those two together throughout an entire album before. I could be wrong. I could be unexperienced, but I don't know that they've ever done an entire album together, where every song is just a combination of the two.
And how does this album compare to the rest of their individual music or Drain Game music, I guess?
So Drain Gang, has a lot of bangers. They're a good collective of people, but this one in particular is probably a top 3 Drain Gang project, and probably Blade's best album and Echo 2K's second best album. So Sai is having some technical difficulties. He's allergic to Blade and Echo 2K.
The Drain Gang is too much for me.
Sorry, dude, you got
Started
Drain
having
Gang.
a coughing fit mid
Dude got drained. That sounds weird.
Yeah, well, so continue.
No, yeah, Blade's best, Echo 2K's second best, Drain Gang at a larger scale, probably one of the top 3 by them, top 5 maybe.
And how many
Wow.
members are in Drain Gang?
4? I think it's 4.
4, and these are
And
two
they
of the
have
4.
some. Then they have collaborators, like Young Lean and stuff, who's not really part of their collective, but they just,
Do they make individual music too? Like,
yeah, each of them makes their own music. Like Blade makes his own, Echo 2K, Ty Boy Digital makes his own, and I know there's a 4th member that I can't think of, and it's gonna drive me crazy.
Dude, I'm
but
telling you, it's Jordy Greep.
it might not be though. Stop coughing, dude. This is embarrassing.
I can't help it, man. All right.
That was disgusting.
that was disgusting. All right. Any other clothing thoughts from either of you?
Good music.
I like it.
All right. You ready to move on to number 4, Cody?
Absolutely.
All right. What do you got for us?
All right, so my number 4 is Capri Songs by FKA Twigs.
Twigs?
Yes.
Hmm.
This is something that I never would have thought I'd listen to ever in a million years. And then Jack brought it up to me, and I was just completely astounded by it. Ride the Dragon is just one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire life. It is absolutely insane, just like completely and utterly. I would never, ever expect that to be an opener of a song. And then it goes into Honda with Pasole. I don't know if I said that right.
Possibly.
But that, I don't even think I don't know what nationality he is, but whatever he is, fire. Absolutely
Whatever
fire.
he is. Whatever that creature is.
Hey, I did not say that.
I've never heard of FKA Twigs. So is this a guy?
Okay, no. It's a girl.
Okay.
They make hyperpop. I would absolutely describe this as hyperpop.
Hyperpop.
It is like sounds flying everywhere.
Sure.
Vocals off, just like insane. They hit like a very high register and then just drop immediately down to a low register. Like it's just all over the place, and I love it so much. It just like it's something that would just like make your brain tingle. You could just like lay in a pool for like 5 hours and listen to this.
It's a summer banger for sure. Yeah.
Is Capri Songs also, is this hyperpop?
Yes, I just said it was hyperpop.
Is
Side.
all of their music hyperpop?
Oh, FKA Twigs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really know. I don't listen to them that much.
Uh-oh.
Is
I
this
wonder
like-
who might have recommended this
But
album to
it
Cody.
was definitely Jack who recommended this album.
It might have
But
been me.
still,
Yes, it all follows a similar theme, by the way.
Okay. Is this the only album from FKA Twigs you've listened to?
this is the only one I've listened to. Because
and
Jack,
it's already in your top 5 of this year or last year, I guess?
yes, Jack recommended it to me. And I was like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. It really reminds, because I would also say it kind of falls under the jungle type of music, which is like Pink Panthers. And
Yeah.
so I really like Pink Panthers, and it kind of reminds me of Pink Panthers a little bit. So like that's kind
Jungle. Wait, that just hit my brain. What did you just say?
of jungle.
What do you mean?
Jungle pop. That's what Pink Panthers.
Jungle pop?
That's the type of music Pink
Kind
Panthers
of new
makes.
music. Jack has no idea.
Like the one where it's like a and it just has like a really drum heavy beat, but it's like hyper. That is called jungle.
Jungle is kind of like
Jungle is
jungle
similar to hyper
is like
That's what that is.
okay, jungle pop. I've never heard of
Have you
jungle
really?
pop in
All
my
right,
life.
we'll
I've
go
heard
off of Cody with this one. I believe him.
I know what jungle is, but I've never heard of jungle pop before.
They-
And
I don't know.
but I guess that
That's
is a very fitting description, kind of like drum and bass. Like jungle's like kind of like a drum and bass type thing, and okay, wow, I'm learning.
I'm learning. That's why I like Pink Panther so much, because I really like simplistic beats, and I know this is a little bit off topic, but I know by oh goodness, Big Sean. I know by Big Sean is oh my goodness.
The beats?
Oh my
The
goodness.
beat is just bass. It's literally just a bass line, and then he raps over it, and that is just one of my favorite songs I've ever heard. So I really like simplistic beats, and so like with like jungle pop, it's literally just a drum line and bass, and then they just like go over it, and I'm just like, this is perfect. This is all I'd ever need in my entire life.
Does Capri
And that's
Songs
also
follow that trend?
yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. There's quite a bit more melody going on with Capri Songs, and that's why it's kind of like hyper pop, but they have like prevalent drum line, which is more of just like a hi-hat kind of snare, just like really like uppity. And Ride the Dragon, oh boy, that song has some dynamics on it that it is like a completely different song for the first half, and then all of a sudden, snap of the fingers, it just completely changes. The first time I heard it, I thought it had actually switched to a new song. Like I thought it was a completely different song.
I'm noticing a trend, Cody. Both of your albums are very unique to like the normal whenever I think of popular music.
Oh, it keeps getting worse, buddy.
Worse.
Oh, trust me. When we get to number 1,
I'm ready. I'm excited to see what your
number 1 is like relatively the most normal, but number 3 and 2, they are just. Oh, number 2.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. So Jack, you recommended this album to Cody.
I sure
So
did.
what are your inputs on this album? Because it's not in your top 5.
It's good. Cody pretty much touched on everything. It just sounds great. The production is really dense, and there's a lot of things going on. It keeps me entertained. Pretty much, it's just refreshing throughout the entire thing, like a Capri Sun. Get it? Because it's
Capri
Capri
Sun.
songs. Okay.
Okay.
So one thing that I want to mention is that Sai, you said you'd never heard of FKA Twigs in your life.
I don't.
Have
think
you
so.
heard of that one epic meme song that goes, "Can I do it for you"?
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
yes.
along those
I
lines?
have heard that.
That
song.
is a song by her, but it's a cover of a guy pretending to be Miss Piggy. That is actually one of her songs. So yes, you have
Okay,
heard FKA
I do
Twigs.
know who FKA Twigs is.
You know her very well.
When Jack told me that, I literally freaked out. I did not believe him.
It's
is,
true.
Is FKA Twigs like a popular artist?
Kind of, not like super popular. I'm getting distracted. Sorry, that's my bad, dude. I see someone in this room, for context, watching a video of one of my favorite artists.
It's all good.
So I love his paintings.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, FKA Twigs is a W Riz moment, and she is fairly popular, I'd say.
Like one
She-
hit wonder thing, or like
No, just appreciated. She has some
Okay.
hits like the "Can I Do It For You" song, but like
a meme song, right?
yeah, the dank epic meme song. But yeah. I mean, pretty well respected by her contemporaries and by people who
But
listen to her
overall, a
music.
good album. you'd
Yeah, it's
say.
a good album. A good album. It's a great album. It's a good album.
All right. Any other inputs?
Narp.
Alrighty, Jack. Your number 4 album. What is it?
Uh-oh. Well, Sai, before we started this one, you said, Jack, no Animal Collective
No
is
Animal
allowed.
Collective. Nope.
Luckily, there is no Animal Collective anywhere to be seen, except the fact that Panda Bear is the secondary singer, percussionist, pianist of band Animal Collective,
Oh,
and
boy.
his album, my number 4, Reset, including him and producer Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. He sounds
Sonic
familiar.
Boom. I couldn't imagine in any world that you have heard a single song by Sonic Boom in my life. Even that music is too far out for me, genuinely. But maybe.
Maybe it's the game Sonic.
Yeah.
That Roblox music.
I feel like it would be in a Roblox game for sure.
Definitely.
So what draws you to Reset by Panda Bear and Sonic Boom?
Dude, what doesn't draw me to Reset by Panda Bear and Sonic Boom? Amazing production from someone who's produced numerous of Panda Bear's albums in the past. The production is on point. It has a light, beautiful, catchy, melodic, hopeful choir shop at points.
Wow.
It carries itself nicely. It doesn't really drag at any point, I'd say. What you typing in, Cody?
Nothing. I was just,
Okay,
sorry, I was
you
looking
could-
at my albums.
You're okay. I thought you were trying to find something to contribute, and I was like, well, it's my turn to speak, so please have some patience.
No.
And then, but Panda Bear, this album, I just love it. His voice is unreal, and it hasn't gotten worse because he just knows how to keep that throat nice and, weird of me to say that, but he has good he has good vocals. He is an incredible vocalist. Noah Lennox is his real name, all right? And I love this album so much because of the vocals and the instrumentation, and it's very diverse, and yeah.
And you mentioned Sonic Boom as being the producer. Does that mean he didn't do any vocals at all? He's just like producing?
He does vocals on his own music, and this is the first time on a Panda Bear album that he actually contributed vocals. So
Oh, he
he
did?
carries a lot of the really,
Okay.
really, really low notes, while Panda Bear hits some of the more high notes because
And
they
is this rap?
not.
No, it's
No,
rap.
not rap. It is. I said producer, which would might make you think like, yo, he's making some fire beats. This guy's
Right.
for Travis Scott, but no, it is. It's Animal Collective genre. I don't know what I don't know.
I
what
don't
it's
know what
called.
that is, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I've heard songs of it, but I just don't know which one's Animal Collective. But
Yeah, I don't know what the genre is. Pop. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's all pop. Let's just say that. Weird
Everything's
pop. Weird boy pop.
Weird pop. So, Cody, are you familiar with Reset by Panda Bear?
I
and Sonic
am
Boom?
a little bit familiar with it, and when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. You mentioned that he plays keyboard, right, Jack?
He well, okay.
Was he the one who played keyboard in Reset? Did he write the melodies for that?
Yeah, I mean, well, they both. I mean, always they're
That
they.
is, it
yeah.
was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Every single song just again flows with each other. There's not like an abrupt end and then an abrupt start. It's I genuinely can't tell when the song ends and the next one begins, and I love that. I love that kind of flow in an album. It's beautiful, melodic. Granted, I also love when one song plays and then another one plays, and I'm like, okay, that's where it switched. That is another song. But both of those styles are just completely up there for me. Like, for example, Travis Scott, Astroworld, every single song ends. I know it ends. I know when another one starts. But for Reset, it just flows together perfectly. And just the melodies lay out together. It's like when you take your first bite of food of the day and all the little flavors mingle and dance on your tongue, except it's all the melodies in my head dancing and mingling on my brain and in my eardrums.
Ratatouille awe response.
Thank you.
And Reset by Panda Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I've never heard of these people,
Mhm.
so they can't be the most popular of artists.
No, I don't know how many views the most popular song on this has on YouTube, but it probably doesn't exceed far past 100,000 on YouTube. So I mean that's kind of popular, right?
I mean,
100,000.
yeah, that's all right. I mean,
Yeah. Thanks.
Is Animal Collective popular?
Their most popular has 13 million views, and
Okay.
then everything from there, some of it has like 82 views. I mean, it completely
So
depends.
I'm sure some of those views came from Animal Collective for sure.
Yeah, and they all four of them have a stream watch mine in their basement, and they all repeat their videos on loops so that they can get extra popular.
You're joking.
Yeah, yeah, I'm joking. Did you
Okay.
believe me?
I mean, I could see it.
They have honor, dude. They're not like that.
So is that all you guys want to talk about for Reset by Panda Bear and Sonic Boom?
No,
No?
but for time's sake, yes.
You could go farther?
No, I could go so much further.
But yes, for time's sake, we need to move on. So,
Oh boy.
number 3
Number
for
3.
Cody Michael Cox.
This is
Mid.
this is an interesting one. And I know we talked about, the funny thing is I know that in one of the most recent episodes we talked about TikTok music and
True.
how they get
Oh.
popular and whatever, but I think people can kind of know where this is going. This is Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy for number 3.
I've heard a lot about Steve Lacy just around the school, lunchroom, stuff like that.
The main reason he got popular was off of Static and off of, it's blanking. Don't say it. I got it's Static and,
I bite my tongue.
Oh, Bad Habit,
Oh,
dude.
you're joking.
yeah, Steve Lacy is the one who made the I bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. That's Bad Habits. And then Static is, baby, you got something in your nose.
Dude.
Where people will just stand in the hallway and let people like walk past them. That
Yeah.
song. But those consequently are not even the best songs on that album in my opinion.
Not even
Helmet, Mercury, Cody Freestyle, Buttons. Oh my god. Sorry, pardon my use of that word there.
Close.
But
Yeah, that's sacrilege. I'm gonna have you
but
burned by the
dude,
church.
Helmet is so good, so beautiful. Not to mention, there's one where it's like Steve Lacy and Demi Lovato. Isn't that one of the songs on there? Maybe it's not Demi Lovato. Maybe I'm sorry. No. It's
I
Fushi.
would-
Sorry, I don't know why I said Demi Lovato. It's Fushi, but Steve Lacy isn't even like featured on his own song. Fushi sings the entire thing, and then Steve Lacy comes in, sings 2 lines, and then goes out. But still, that song is so good. And it's just like, I don't understand why people, and I've seen funny videos where people are like going to a Steve Lacy concert, people only know Static and Bad Habits, and after that, the room's like completely silent because it's just like the TikTok people going there. And I'm just like, these people really haven't even experienced the best of what this guy can do. Like, at first I was like, dude, he's just some TikTok wannabe. He just wants to, but like listening to his, like the production of his other music, it's like, this stuff is actually like decent. Like, it's good. It is absolutely crazy how some of his other stuff is well produced. Because I thought, man, he's just that guy who makes that one line, like, catchy lick on TikTok so he can get a second's fit. No. All of his songs play through to the end, and they hold up well. Well, not necessarily all of them, but, like, the ones I mentioned, Helmet, that holds true to the end. And so does Static and Bad Habits, but still, like, Helmet, I love Mercury, but dude, Cody Freestyle. And I know I'm a little biased because that's my name, but Cody Freestyle. Again, I like minimalist beats. That has a minimalist beat. I love that. I love that song so much. Jeez, I love that song. And the reverb he adds on it, the pauses he takes in the middle of the in the middle of the song, it's just perfect. It just all flows naturally together. It's great.
A great album. And this Steve Lacy guy, it seems like he's a new artist. Would that be
Yes, he is a
correct?
newer artist. He's been making music since like 2018, 2019, I think. But he just
One
recently...
might say 2017. Cody, there's some trivia about Steve Lacy you might know. I'll bring up when it's my turn to talk.
All right. I did not know that he made music in 2017.
Oh yeah, get ready.
I have been through
Get-
his discography though, so basically, he just recently started getting traction because of TikTok. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, like I've stated in previous episodes.
Right. And at least not all of his music is just bad 2-line songs.
Yeah.
That are catchy.
Helmet is a good song. Buttons is a good song. I love that line so much.
Okay, thank you for kicking the cord
I
of my
did not mean
microphone and
to.
yanking my headphones into the floor and killing me. Don't grab me, please.
You are dead next time you speak.
Gotcha.
Okay, now speak.
Okay, it's my
Your
turn to talk
Jack.
about it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got this.
Gee, there's a song that you really like. It's called Pride by Kendrick Lamar. I wonder who might have produced that. Could it be Steve Lacy?
That's not true.
Whoa.
It is.
That's
Google
not
it
true.
right now.
And
You
that came
keep
out in
questioning
2017?
me,
Is that what you're saying?
dude. You're never gonna get me on some stuff. Yeah, that came out in 2017. Look it up. I want you to look it up right now and look up
No.
who produced Pride by Kendrick Lamar.
Damn came out in 2018. Did not?
Am
I stupid?
It wouldn't really matter. It's a year's difference anyway. But Steve Lacy still is the one who produced Pride.
Well, I was wrong. It came out in 2017. Let's get some.
Oh, okay. You were wrong once. Let's see if I can get him wrong for two different things. In the meanwhile, I will say this album can be a little bit repetitive and one tone for me at times. And some of the Bad Habits, it doesn't even feel like a song. It just feels like a hook playing over and over again.
Exactly.
But it is still a good song.
Maybe
It
that
has
was a
its-
strategy. He wanted to
that-
go on TikTok. And
that
get
is
famous.
probably what happened.
Oh my, no way.
Was Jack right?
This is one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs, and it was produced by some 2-bit TikTok wannabe. Are you serious?
Yes, sir. Steve.
It seems like Jack has some pretty good insights. So was he a producer for a long time before?
He has been producing for a very long time. He did a lot of production on Kendrick's album. People just respect him for his ability to create a nice smell. It's kind of like the Beatles, how they're really not that good musicians,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
are good songwriters. Even I disagree with that, but that's what people say, right? They know how to write a good song.
Yeah.
Steve Lacy is a prime example of that. He's really not that great of a musician, but he is a really, really good songwriter. And that doesn't mean you don't have to be like wicked skilled. Like I'm not saying he needs to be like the Steve Vai of Guitarland, but he's good. He has merit in that he's a really good songwriter. But he's been producing for a while.
Is he coming out with a new album this year?
I have no clue. He's probably going to take a little bit of a break. He's probably doing some touring and stuff
yeah,
like that.
he's been doing tours, especially throughout 2022, mainly because Gemini Rights came out. That got popular. He started doing tours, and he's actually kind of funny on stage, and people are like, he's rude to his fans. But it's like, that's just his.
He's
That's
just
just his
trolling.
style. That is
He-
his style.
He's like he's just messing around, dude. He was like,
Don't-
"Does anyone here shit their pants? Does anyone do that? Me,
You
I
don't-
did that the other day, dude. It felt good. I mean, he's just weird. He
You
says
don't-
weird. He's like Tyler.
You don't go to a Steve Lacy concert if you've only heard Bad Habits and Static.
Clearly you do.
Well, I mean, you do, but what I'm saying is
You
they go
shouldn't.
there expecting all this when it's like they don't actually even know who Steve Lacy is. And I'm just like, dude, you cannot be doing all this. Why are you out here?
You're a fake fan. I'm a real fan.
And also,
Yeah,
first of all,
true.
why do you go to a concert off of 2 songs?
Because people, I mean, it's like, okay, let's say Smash. Let's say Smash Mouth was touring in Mitchell, and I only knew All Star by them. Am I going to that concert? Freak yes, I'm going to that concert. I want to see Smash Mouth play the Shrek song. Like
But
even
that's
if
different. Shrek song versus TikTok song.
well, they're still both good songs, and
That's
you want to
fair.
hear them.
Maybe these TikTok kids are going to be like, oh, 2 of his songs are good? Surely the rest are like that.
Yeah.
But you would think if they were like that,
Admittedly, that's the biggest fault of Gemini Rights is that it is very similar and borderline mediocre at parts. I do like it, and I recommended Cody listen to this because I knew he liked some of the Steve Lacy, I'm sounding like Kanye right now. He likes some of Steve Lacy's songs, and I tell you, hey, listen to this. I think it gets really interesting on songs like Mercury, where he uses some light Latin type percussion, and it feels like he's taking a step in a different direction. I wish he had done more things like that, but still a good album overall. I like it. I like it a lot, but it can be pretty repetitive at
Not
times.
top 5 worthy for you.
No, it's an honorable mention,
Honorable.
and
Well-
I have a list on my phone of top 20 from the year, and it's in my honorable mentions section.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all I've got.
In the sake of time, let's move on.
Darn.
So, Jack.
Oh yes. So Sai, before this episode started, you came to me and you said, "Hey man, no Animal Collective." Luckily, in the year of our Lord 2023, I have decided to swear off Animal Collective completely and join the Christian faith. Then I fell through and I started listening to Time Skips by Animal Collective, which came out in 2022. So,
boy.
yeah, it's amazing. It's Animal Collective. Noah and Dave both have great voices. That's their names. They sing. One of them has a weird raspy voice. The other one has the voice of a god, which is Panda Bear, also Noah. And AV Tear, that's his stage name, and then the other one's Geologist, and the other one's Deacon, and they're my favorites. He's called Geologist because he wears a night lamp or like a headlamp on his head, because so we can see his instrument panels in the dark venues they perform at. Did you know that, dude?
These cannot be real people.
These are real people, and they mean the world to me, dude. But yeah, so Animal Collective is so weird in how they make albums because they don't do anything for popularity. They hit a popular streak in 2009 with Merriweather Post Pavilion, which is still their most popular record, because most people have heard that. It's the one that has 13 million views. One of the songs does on YouTube. The rest is kind of like 100,000 or something like that. They fall back into obscurity, kind of. But still, kill yourself. It was still, sorry, it was still pretty highly acclaimed. And then immediately after, as if they're trying to scare off new listeners, they released Centipede Hurts, widely regarded as the weirdest garbage anyone's ever heard in their life. I love it, obviously, because that's me. But, I mean, people like it, but it is not anything like what they just released. And, you'd think that you'd hear all this, the record would be like, hey, dude, you just made a really good album. Can you follow that sound for me? They say no. So they don't. And then they make Centipede Hurts, and then they follow up with Painting With, and then they don't release anything for 7 or 6 years.
So that might be a redeeming quality. They don't do it for the money, or maybe they just suck. So it could either way.
No, but they don't suck though. That's the thing. That's not a viable claim at all, man.
Is that all you have to say about this one, Jack?
Oh dear God, no, dude. I've just gotten started.
I'm saying we could move on if you wanted to, honestly.
No, not if we. God, we really should, but I'm not going to. So basically, every single song on this album is produced beautifully. They had a habit recently of going for some really hardcore production, just like loud, glitchy, bizarre, interesting.
Bizarre.
But they've returned to some simpler origins, and when Animal Collective records, there can be 2 of them, it can be 3 of them, or it can be all 4 of them. Sometimes it's just 1 of them, but and then they release it under the Animal Collective name. However, this time, all 4 of them got back together. They all played the incredible production of Geologist, the guitar and keyboard of Deacon, the amazing vocals of the other 2, and the guitar of the other 2 as well. Come together, and, oh, dude, one of them has a hurdy-gurdy solo at the end of the song.
What?
A hurdy-gurdy. It's like that pirate instrument that goes, it's like the thing you crank and it makes like pirate noises. Yeah, there's a solo. Who else has a hurdy-gurdy solo? Animal Collective only. That is my final word on it.
Steve Lacy.
Yeah, but this album's incredible. Some songs are like 3 minutes long, some are 8 minutes long. I wish they got a bit more ambitious with some of them, but it's a slow, nice, enjoyable summer album. Yeah, man, I feel that. so I'm stopping. I'm stopping. There it is. That's my final say. And Cody, you're not even going to say anything. We're moving on to your number 2 pick.
Are you okay with that, Cody?
Oh, yeah. I want to talk about this one a lot.
All right. What is your number 2?
I did listen to Time Skips, and I liked it, but my number 2 is...
Be brief.
Ivory by Omar Apollo. This one, I don't know if I can be brief on this one. This is one of the most beautiful albums I've ever heard in my entire life.
Summarize.
Okay. Ivory. One of the most beautiful openers I've just ever heard. It is so perfect. The vocals, the harmonics that they make, just so good. Moving on to their next song, Talk. Oh boy, that one. Moving on to that one. It's just unbelievable. It is just that one. I really like sad music. I like,
so this is a sad tone.
It's kind of sad, but it's mainly just about like somebody needing to. It's bite your tongue on purpose.
Bite your tongue. That's a big
kind of like, oh, like I'm not gonna talk, and then it's like you say you need to see me. It sounds urgent. That's not the actual lyrics, but like, and it's like, oh, I'm on my way. You're making it sound urgent. What do I need to see? And it's kind of just like the lyrics. I like the flow of it, the way he talks about it. Moving on, Invincible. Ooh, that's a good one. Just beautiful harmonics. But my favorite song, Killing Me. Killing Me. Yeah, Killing Me on that album. It has guitar. I'm a guitar nerd, okay? Oh, beautiful. It is just, I've tried to get my guitar to sound like that. I've tried to get that exact effect on my guitar to no avail. I listen to this album, he pulls it off, and I'm just like, dude, I can't. And then, he's also Hispanic. In one of his songs, he just completely sings in Spanish. It is just so beautiful. Every single song. There's not a miss on that album. I like every single song on this album.
Would this go into your top 10 of all time?
Absolutely.
Top 5 of all time?
That's pushing.
Jack notes. Jack recommended this one to him. He has a beautiful voice. He started with a Joji collab on Nectar in 2019. That's how he gained his popularity. Then he made a TikTok song, Evergreen, and then Ivory became one of the greatest albums of all time.
Oh, yeah. Evergreen.
You
really made me hate myself. That song.
Oh, I've heard that song.
That's Omar Apollo.
Really?
That is on Ivory. That's on that
Really?
album.
Okay.
Okay, we got to move on.
Alrighty. Jack, you're number 2.
Uh-oh, Black Midi time. Oh, I love Black Midi. This album is chaotic. It's great. It expands on Cavalcade in the way that the production is immense, dense, great, varied, with an equal part. But now, instead of being a lot more melodic, this one has a melodic stuff and loud, crazy stuff like on their other album, Schlagenheim. So it can be loud and crazy, and then it can immediately become soft and beautiful because Jordy Griep is an incredible vocalist, and there's also Cameron Picton. Both of them are amazing vocalists. And Morgan Simpson, there's Jordy Griep. Cody's pointing at a picture of him right now. That one is Griep. He is the greatest. His voice,
the vocals guy?
yeah, a lot of the pictures you're going to see have a fourth band member that is not Morgan or the other two. His name was Matt. He is not with them anymore. No one knows why. He did some bad stuff, I guess, and they kept it under wraps out of respect for his privacy. What happened to Matt? No one will ever know. But yeah, this album is great. It's chaotic. It's beautiful. The lyrics are incredible. It has their densest narrative to date. A lot of the songs, some are long, some are short. It's varied. Songs flow into each other. It's very interesting. It's amazing. I love it so much. Both vocalists are incredible, and they both alternate. One of them's gay, so it speaks to me. And he got to say the F slur in it, which speaks to me even more. So, yes, let's wrap that one up. No thoughts on that? Cody, you want to say something real quick?
Yes, my favorite part about that album is that it just sounds like Griep is a Disney villain talking over his soundtrack in
Yep.
most of the songs.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
you like the race is about to begin. The
Oh my gosh, yes.
and then it just becomes screaming for
Yes.
like 2 minutes
That is-
over
Screaming.
it's
nonsense.
so terrifying. It is so terrifying, but I love it so much.
It's great. Great album.
Okay,
You gotta
my
move on.
number 1. This one's going to surprise you guys. Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's Unlimited Love by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Literally my
Flabbergasted.
favorite band. Every single song. The guitarist, John Frusciante, came back. I love every song. What can I say? It doesn't matter. They could have been playing like on trash cans and with a single string banjo, and I would still eat this up and it would still be my number 1. Not to mention Anthony Kiedis, the best singer of all time. Literally. Okay? And
Literally?
so
Literally.
I just look up Anthony Kiedis. It just flows. Each song is its own individual thing. Aquatic Mountains. Oh my goodness. Starting off, Aquatic Mountain. That's not the start. Black Summer's the start. Black Summer is so good. That's one of the singles they released before this album, and it is so good. And then moving on, one of their later songs is called Veronica, and it has a beautiful, beautiful tremolo on the guitar. I've hardly ever heard John Frusciante play with tremolo, and it was one of the most. I listened to it while I was at work. I wanted to go into the break room and just cry. It was one of the most eye-opening experiences I've ever seen,
Changed your life.
and
My oh my.
I just love it.
Hello, Flea.
I love it so much. It is just completely different than anything you would ever expect to learn or hear. And this album was truly, truly a comeback. I genuinely hope they keep releasing more music. Sadly, it's not really sad. It's actually nice because I'm glad that Anthony used autotune. He's getting older. You know, he's not as spry as he used to be. But even with that, he doesn't use autotune that much. It is still, to this day, just his voice, really. You can barely hear the autotune. And it is just insane to me that some like 58-year-old man could get up on this stage or get up in the production booth and produce exactly how he did like 30 years ago.
I didn't know Red Hot Chili Peppers still like made music. I always just know them for their older music.
Yeah, they stopped making music in around 2012-ish.
When did they? Is this their first album?
This is their
since then?
first comeback album since then.
Oh, so this is pretty important.
This was very important.
Would you put this album above their old albums?
No,
No.
not at all. Blood Sugar Sex Magic, which is Under the Bridge. It is just one of their most critically acclaimed albums. Everybody loves it. All of the production on it is just so beautiful. It is just Under the Bridge, one of the best guitars, and my personal favorite song ever from them. I don't know if it's better than Weird Fishes by Radiohead. It is a toss-up, but I Could Have Lied by the Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And with that, I pass it to Jack.
Thank you. Okay, so Anthony Kiedis looks like if Dave Grohl was Italian and got hit by a steamroller. That's all I have to say. Plus, Flea is really hot without his shirt on. Plus, he's the greatest bassist of all time.
Okay.
Talk about John.
Flea is a great bassist. John Frusciante is a legendary, amazing guitarist. And Anthony Kiedis is one of the most iconic voices of all time. I love him. Now we're going on to Jack's number 1 pick. That is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has been building up a narrative for the last 5 albums nonstop since Section 80. Then he goes into Good Kid, Mad City. Then he goes into To Pimp a Butterfly. Then he goes to Damn. Then he finishes it off with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers addresses the flaws in his ideologies at the end of To Pimp a Butterfly, which led to the bitterness and hedonism of Damn by Kendrick Lamar. This album is healing. He chooses himself. As he says in Mirror, I choose me, I'm sorry. The final words of his final album with Top Dog Entertainment Records. This narrative, this dense, genius, incredible narrative that has been building up for years is finally concluded and is amazing, and every song is incredible. Production from Baby Keem, vocals from Baby Keem, Kendrick's amazing voice, some of the most interesting, varied instrumentation I've ever heard in my life. I think it might genuinely at some point pass up To Pimp a Butterfly for me. Not yet. To Pimp a Butterfly is a 10 and this is a 9 for me, but it could very well happen in the near future because this album is unbelievably good. This is a top 19. This is my 19th favorite album of all time.
Really?
Do you know how significant that is?
I
This
can imagine.
album is amazing. It's amazing. It is I can't think of a single flaw. Genuinely, the narrative is incredible. To Pimp a Butterfly, for my taste, is a little too linear with the storytelling, even though it's still a perfect 10 because it's just a genius album. How do you even do that? This one is so much more nuanced, and it again improves upon the narrative from To Pimp a Butterfly in that flawed ideology where it's like, oh, to be happy, I just have to be with the entire world. Then Damn, he realizes, damn, I can't be with the entire world. They don't rock with me. Old ladies shoot me on the street, as in the opening song. It even addresses the flaw with being connected to another person and the benefits of it simultaneously in Duckworth. And that's the last song he had for so long before coming back and saying, hey, people are the solution, but you are also the solution. My connection with myself is more important, and I'm sorry, but I can't be your savior. As he says in the song, the cat is out the bag. I am not your savior. Right? Okay.
1,855 days I've been going through something.
It's a
That-
double album, so it's long as freak, and there's the Mr. Morale side and the Big Stepper side. And ironically, the Big Stepper side comes first instead of Mr. Morale side, but it makes sense. He's Mr. Morale. The Big Steppers are everyone else in the world. That's basically what that title means, by the way. I can't get into it much more because I will go on forever. Any song in my top 50 I could talk about for literal hours. I just have to condense this, and this is all I can say. And I said it quick, and I said it nicely because no one cares.
The
You spit some bars.
just the biggest way to come back. Just insane to me. Coming back, first words out of your mouth on an album after literal years of not producing. I've been going through something. 1,855 days. Just like eye-opening. Like, that is insane.
It's planned. Everything
It
is
is
planned.
so perfect.
He said, and at the end of that, he says, be afraid, and he released it on Friday the 13th. Be afraid. Friday the 13th is fear. People are like, oh, that's just a coincidence.
No.
Need I remind you that on Damn, he released it on Good Friday, in with the themes of spirituality and being a savior, same as he released the Damn Collector's Edition, which is played backwards on the Monday of, like, just like Good Monday or something, or Good Sunday. Maybe it was Sunday. I don't remember what holiday that is, but
Good
it's intentional.
Friday.
People are like, oh, that's just a coincidence. You're thinking too much. You're reading into it much. You are never reading into it too much with Kendrick Lamar, and people need to understand that. This guy is a genius, and he thinks on a different level, and he is my savior.
On one of his features alone, he goes into like a number rant.
Nostalgia,
No,
With Pusha T.
How did you know that?
because I love nostalgia.
You are insane.
Nine-
I keep forgetting that we are just the Kendrick
nine
Lamar
nine
fanboys.
times out of 10 bullets come with extensions or whatever. He keeps saying
And
10 and he keeps saying 9. And
The
it
way
adds
that
up.
he works, his stanzas, he condenses it down into syllables, matching the number that he says in the verse.
And then the year his father was born.
That is just insane.
Who
Who thinks about doing that?
No one. No one.
I can't tell.
That's
We
why
gotta.
he's the GOAT, and we have to stop.
We have to stop.
because we
I
have a
hate
place to
saying
go,
this, but I love Kendrick Lamar. I'll end it on that.
This album slams the rest, even though Hellfire is my 25th favorite of all time. I didn't even get to talk about it that much. This
Right.
one, I mean, top 20, hard to beat.
Easily.
Amazing.
For me, what was most interesting about what you said is like, it's kind of like the Marvel Endgame to Kendrick Lamar, the rap game, right?
Yes,
It's
dude.
got like a whole
Thanos.
story, and like it's leading up to this one moment, which is kind of cool.
It is very cool.
All right, well, that's all the time we have today.
Dude, Bangers with Banker is over.
It is over.
We
That
need
was our
some
final
closing
episode.
thoughts.
I mean, I enjoyed every moment of it for sure.
Me too.
I learned a lot.
I hope people can get some insight off of this.
Yeah.
I hope they can-
I'm very sad that this is the end
I
of
hope
this.
they'll listen to some of the albums we said.
Please, guys, listen to Animal Collective right now. If you've learned one thing from this, you need to listen to Animal Collective.
And
actually,
make sure you listen to Kendrick Lamar.
I think that what you should learn from this is that Radiohead is the best songwriters of their entire time
I
period.
forgot we did it.
Ivory by Omar Apollo is the best album ever released, and Red Hot Chili Peppers are superior to everything. So goodbye.
All right, well, maybe we'll have to come back for another season.
True.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for listening.
Thank
and
you.
This is the 5th and final episode of Bangers with Banker. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
You almost fumbled at the end there.
I almost did.
Banker is the anchor, and he's gonna make you think.